up, everyone? Um, I'm currently up really late right now, so I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake anybody up. But throughout this video, you might hear a lot of episode six. Episode six. In reality, this is episode five, I believe. So just don't bother that. But enjoy the show, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to actually finally work on this. So yeah.
All right, welcome back to Unapologetically Me. I'm your host, Tudor, and right now I'm about to shoot a basketball.
I'm your guest, Jacob, and now we're at a court and I'm about to shoot a basketball. Oh my gosh, I made it.
All right, guys, welcome back to Unapologetically Me. As you saw before, my shot didn't go in, but my boy Jacob's shot went in. So, kind of salty about that. But if you see the scenery or not, we worked really hard to get to the scenery. We worked really hard for that, right?
Yeah.
We worked really hard for this. But I'm back in Mississauga right now. It's beautiful scenery. Nothing against it. Like, I know like some of y'all wanted like a new scenery, a change of scenery. So we got it here for you today. So welcome back to episode 6. I'm with my boy Jacob. He's someone I met through university. So yeah, tell him a bit about yourself.
Okay, what's up, guys? I'm Jacob. Met two top. We're in the same program.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be one cut or is it gonna be like?
We can cut it.
You're gonna cut it up? Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
So guys, I'm Jacob, 2000 friend. I feel kind of weird right now, but yeah, I do photography as filmed by Jacob on Instagram. And yeah, Filipino, dude, I don't even know what to say. From Mississauga as well. We're the same age. And yeah, I love creating content. I love talking about stuff and basketball as well.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right, dope. And I'll leave the link to or like just descriptions of like Jacob's handles on Instagram and on TikTok later. He's a great content producer, a great filmer, and all that kind of stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so like, you know what? Let's just go into it because I think people want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Bro, I want to hear what you have to say, bro.
What I have to say?
Yeah.
You can rebuttal, or
Okay,
you can ask me the same questions I asked you, but
Okay.
So one of the first questions I have for you, Jacob, today is what was your first impression of me? Because obviously we're in the same program, and yeah, we were in the same program and we met each other and whatnot. We saw each other one day,
Yeah.
and like obviously I had no friends. I don't think like maybe you didn't have any friends at the time or stuff like that. And I was like nervous as heck. So like, what was your first impression of me?
Yeah, that's actually a crazy question. I think we met, was it orientation?
Orientation, yeah.
Yeah, so we go to sports media at TMU right now. That's our program. We're third years. And yeah, I met Two Top. I think I approached you first.
I think so.
Like on some like dating. Nah, nothing like that. But yeah, like honestly, my first impression of him was that I just thought he was Filipino, which is like pretty rare because our program is it's very a lot of one race. So to see another like Asian or like different race other than that race is like, yo, like damn, that's crazy. And I had to go say hi to him. So yeah, honestly, I thought he seemed pretty chill. I felt like he played basketball, also because I thought he was Filipino at first. But yeah, he seems really chill guy. He seemed a little quiet at first when I first met him.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Two Top was probably or is the first friend I ever made from university, I think.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, and then from there we just started talking and stuff, and yeah, but first impressions though, like I could tell he was a really nice guy. A little quiet at first, but then once we started talking and stuff, I definitely saw how we had very similar, I guess, morals or ways of thinking. And yeah, I don't know what to say from there.
Yeah, no, I think for me, you were just someone like I could always talk to about like just like real life stuff, whether it be like family or school or just life in general.
Yeah.
And it made it like, especially like when I lived here, it made it so much more easier just commuting back with you, or just like just talking with you. So like, I think the first time I met you, I was like, man, this guy's like, he must be Filipino, one as well, but two, like He does seem like a chill guy, and like
Yeah.
it's rare to see like I guess like different races within our program and stuff, and like I think we both agree like maybe like our programs where we don't want to go in that type of direction, but like we do like we're still in it, like we're still in that program,
Yeah.
and so like in that way like we connect, and that like it just makes it more like easier to like be in that program, knowing like I have someone that like the one I can talk to about real life stuff, but also like understand like hey like we're also going towards or pursuing different things that are not directly correlated to our program,
Right.
and so yeah, this makes it easier to like like converse with you and like talk
Relate.
with you, yeah, relate
Yeah.
with you. So yeah, that was my first impressions of you,
For
which
sure.
is pretty cool.
I'm just gonna put my hood on because looky cold.
Yeah, it is cool. Okay, what was the second question I had? Oh, the second question I had was, how's your overall experience of being a university student been like?
University student.
Yeah.
Overall, I don't know. I feel like it's been good.
Yeah.
I think it's been good overall, but I don't know. Definitely, there's a part of me where it's like, it is a little lonely at times. I feel like, or it is a very like independent time in people's lives. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not for all. I think it's also the type of university we go to, because TMU is known for being like a commuter school, right?
Right.
Like people don't usually live like how we commute from our houses and stuff. So, but overall, like everyone I've met has been super nice for the most part. You know, everyone's pretty supportive. Our profs are most of the time pretty chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there definitely is a level of the social aspect, which I mean, it's not like we're done university yet, but I think there's a level of like the social aspect which I haven't really touched on in university yet. But yeah.
And is that something that you wanna like dive more into, the social aspect of university?
I think it'd be nice, bro, but it's not something like like crying about necessarily, or
Right.
like I'm not like dreading not having that thing, or not as much as I thought I would in university, right? Because when I was in high school, and maybe you had the same thought, but you know, a lot of people tell me like university you're gonna meet a lot of people.
Right.
It's like the best opportunity to branch out and like meet all kinds of people rather than just people in your high school. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like in other schools it's just a lot easier to make friends, especially if you're living there.
Yeah, like on campus.
Yeah,
on
on
res.
campus. Like
Yeah.
Tutop and I would talk about that a lot of the time. Like how much better it would be, not better, but how much easier it would be to make friends if
Right.
if we stayed at like on campus, or yeah, just around Toronto.
He's so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, TMU is still like somewhat of a decent like social whatever. I don't know how to call it, but yeah, it would have been easier though. But that's like, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
It's been it's so different than like high school.
Yeah.
Because high school for me, I could just like walk over there in like 2-3 minutes, but like the start of university, it was just like I don't know, it was just like crazy. Like the social aspect of it was like it got me messed up too, and then just like meeting other people, trying to balance the schoolwork,
Yeah.
and like figure out the schoolwork and stuff. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I just knew that like sports media was something that I really wanted to get into. Because it had like sports media, like I could probably be like an analyst or a reporter or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone like Stephen A. Smith, like someone who like debates like basketball or just like sports in general.
That was your goal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. God, Lee was really.
I know. The weather's great. No. Our mics.
For me, like the transition between the high school and university was like it was really difficult for me because I think the start of grade 12, I had no ambition of like getting into university whatsoever.
Yeah.
Especially in, like the summer of grade 11, I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna try to like find a different way out, you know. But like, luckily for me, like I had some people around me that like influenced me towards like thinking about university, and I got into it. I got into a program that I thought was pretty cool, and for the most part, I like it. It's just like I guess like what you touched upon is like the social aspect of it. I don't think I've ever like really dived deep into it, and it's not like I have anything against the people at the school or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just more so just I don't know. I guess like I guess I'm introverted in that sense.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely would think it would be pretty cool to like start doing stuff like that, or like start joining different clubs or
Right.
things along that nature. Because I hear some stories at school where like, man, I wish, but I also don't wish that I ever do that. Which
Right.
is
Or like you could be a part of it. too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I know like we talked about a bunch of times with like your relationship with Christ and everything. And is that something like I really wanted to like hear about from you today?
Mhm.
So like, I guess what I wanted to ask you today was how who is Christ in your life, and like how's he affected your life?
Yeah. Honestly, faith and just like believing in God and believing in Jesus has been like a huge part in my life for sure. Um, and that's like it's something you don't really think about
Right.
like sometimes, right? Okay, I gotta think about it.
It's okay.
What does Christ mean in my life, or like how important he is?
Yeah, like what has he done? How has he affected your life?
How's he affected my life? Okay, definitely good things.
Okay.
Definitely good things like Jesus, and overall just having faith. And it's really like there's a lot of times in life where you're like dealing with things, right? Like pain and suffering and whatnot, and trying to deal with all of that on your own, like by yourself, like it's really tough. It's like almost impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, are you okay?
God, please, bro. It's so
I know
weird.
it got really bad all of a sudden. But you know, with God though, with Jesus, look like we're in the bad weather right now. Honestly,
we still talk.
we're still talking.
We're still talking.
And that's all thanks to God. I think that's the most important most important part for me is that I don't know, man. How do I say this? Like I just give all my thanks to God, right? Like everything I've gotten in my life, all the experiences I've been able to have, and yeah, like I was saying, like just knowing you have a higher being that like not only looks after you but actually cares about you, and helps you and tries to give you advice to live a better life. Like I don't know, I just feel like knowing that it just makes life so much easier and gives you like a lot more structure in your life. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot to say, but I just don't know how to word it out. You know.
Okay.
But
Alright.
yeah, for me, like I've grown up in I'm Filipino, so definitely Catholic / Christian, family growing up. But yeah.
Sick.
I was kind of a yeah, but
No, it's okay. We need Yap. We love Yap here.
yeah, but definitely Jesus and like being Catholic is definitely a huge part in my life.
And what's like one of like the big differences you see in between like Catholicism and Christianity?
I think between those two, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm definitely not like the most knowledgeable with this, but I think between being Catholic and Christian, the main one is just believing in the saints.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, believing in the saints, believing in the Pope,
Okay.
and that whole side of the church. Pretty sure those are the main two things. And Mary.
Yeah, the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, Virgin Mary. Like, I think Catholics believe in like praying to her and worshiping her, but Christians don't like as much.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Which way do you like lean more into, if you don't mind?
Honestly, definitely, I guess Catholic.
Okay.
But really, I don't know. In my opinion, it's really the same thing.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's not the same thing, but I think it is the same thing. I think as long as you believe in God, as long as you believe in Jesus,
Okay.
and everything that happened, like, I don't know, does it really matter if you like believe in the Pope or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the Pope or anything like that.
Yeah.
Golly, this weather's crazy.
Yeah, the weather's crazy
Yeah.
right now, but
Yeah, like I was saying, I don't really care if you're like a Catholic, a Christian, or like things like that. I'm more so just concerned with like how people respond to Christ or respond to Jesus and what they think about him. And so if you do acknowledge him as your Lord and Savior, I think that like obviously we're all on our spiritual journey. We all have our own stuff. So like figuring out, okay, should I follow the Pope? Should I not? Should I follow Buddhism? Should I not? Because I come from like a Buddhist household. Should I follow Buddha?
Right.
Like Buddha?
Did you
or-
talk about that a lot in your other episodes or not? Not as much
Uh,
yet?
I talked about it a bit. I didn't really touch upon it, but yeah. So I came from a Buddhist household, and obviously like being Christian is something that like my family never liked, and
Yeah.
they always like wanted me to stay away from it. But I just felt like maybe I looked into a lot of things. I looked into Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, like Gnosticism, atheism, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And coming from a Buddhist household, I was like, man, I should look into this kind of stuff. And I guess as I kept looking into it, I won't get into the whole Buddhist side of it,
Right.
but I will say that like I felt like I wasn't really understanding what I was doing, and I was more so following it because my parents followed it.
Dang.
Damn.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I was more so just I noticed that people were following it because their parents were following it, and it was just like a long lineage of just like people doing that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wanted to just like go and search about like what I actually see as truth, and like really look into like the factual evidence behind it, not just like what I believe in, but also
Yeah.
like seeing like the evidence behind it.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people I feel like have like blind faith towards whatever religion you want to say,
Yeah.
but like looking into the evidence or the archaeological evidence of the kind of those kind of things is very very vital.
Mm.
So as I did that, I just noticed like more and more just like how true and reliable and how factual the crucifixion was of Christ. And I guess like as I invited Christ into my life, my life has radically changed. Like I went from being someone who was very depressed and like just like a pain to be around,
Yeah.
to like someone who is no longer as depressed and just like I feel more free
Right.
and like more alive than ever before.
Yeah.
And I feel confident that like when this life passes away, that it's not the end. That's the one thing that scared me. Like man, like when I was younger, I was like, what happens when we die?
Right.
I was like, I kept seeing these. I kept watching on the news sometimes where people were saying like the world's gonna end in like 2015 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, like something that I don't know. I think when I was younger, it said something like that, and I was like, man, I was really scared.
Mhm.
And I asked one of my my mentors who like follow Christ a lot, who's been devoted to Christ for like 40, 50 years,
Yeah.
and he told me how like he sleeps like a baby when he's like going to bed and hearing those news, because he knows that like when he passes away, he's going up to the kingdom of heaven. And I'm like, man, that type of like comfort and belief and like faith was just like it's crazy, and I kind of wanted to know more about that. And just like inviting Jesus into my life has like changed my life for the better, and it's the greatest decision I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's another whole yap session, but like man, he just changed my life for the better, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's inspired me in so many ways. So
For sure.
inspired me to do this kind of stuff, especially like out here in the cold, just like discussing with you like
I know.
about like who Jesus is to you and stuff like that, and just like
Yeah.
understanding better. It's just like I don't know, it makes me like want to go out there and like do different kind of stuff.
Like
so.
it gives you meaning.
Yeah, it gives me meaning, gives me purpose,
Purpose. Yeah.
direction, and just like discernment about like different things going on in my life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I know it's really cool, so I appreciate you like sitting out here
Oh,
with
you're
me.
good. I appreciate
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we're outside right
Yeah.
now. It was supposed to be. It was a lot sunnier.
It was. We came here because it was sunny.
Yeah, but that's life though. We what can I say motivationally, bro? Like
Go ahead.
you know, going through rain, thunder, even when you expect it was supposed to be sunshine,
Mm.
you still stick to what you gotta do, bro.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Oh my god.
Clip that one. Clip that
We'll
one.
clip that one, yeah. But another question I have for you is like, I think a lot of people struggle with the whole idea of like, is there a God? Is there not a God?
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And like, I respect that. But like, if you could ask, if Jesus really, I mean, I know you believe in Jesus, but like, I'm kind of like speaking from a perspective where like, people like, let's say you didn't know if Jesus was alive or not. But like, if you could ask Jesus like one thing, or if you could ask God like one thing, what would it be?
Ask God one thing, bro. This guy's hitting me with the deepest questions. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's so much I would want to ask. Yeah, there's definitely so much I want to ask, but I could ask one thing.
One thing and why you ask
One
it.
thing and why. Okay, I think I have a kind of an idea what I'd ask.
Okay.
But it'd probably be something along the lines of like, why do, man, like why, and I kind of know the answer, but like why do bad things happen to good people? I guess.
Okay.
I think that's like somewhat, I'd probably ask a question of like something like that. And why would I ask that? I don't know. I think, because I don't know, like in the Bible it talks about like, you have to go through not go through bad things, but like, man, I'm trying to form my thought. What's up?
Like you'll face like trials and tribulations.
Yeah,
on
you'll
this
face
earth.
like trials and tribulations, or like the path to heaven is like hard.
Yeah,
right?
it's narrow.
And not everyone like enters through it, but I don't know, maybe like, yeah, that question or something along the lines of like why do bad things happen in general, or like what. Oh, wait, look, I gotta think about it.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't know what I would ask him.
I think that's a good question.
You think that's a good question?
Yeah, it's a valid question to ask.
Is it a valid question?
Yeah, it is.
Cause like I don't know, like like someone like Two Top, right? Let's say for example,
Okay.
like this guy is like one of the nicest guys I know, and one of the most like thoughtful guys or people in general, and definitely one of the most faithful by far. So I don't know, just imagining something bad that happens in his life to him, it's like, again, like you could share your perspective, or I'm sure people have perspectives on
Sure.
this, but it's like why would that happen? Like I'm doing good. I don't know, like, dude, how do I say this? Like let's say you're like you're praising God, you're reading your Bible,
Right.
you're doing everything right, but of course like bad things still happen,
Right.
So I guess like why, I would ask him like why do those things have to happen, I guess, necessarily. And I'm not saying like, oh, like you should never go through any trials or tribulations in your life, but I'm just talking more about like the really really tough parts of life where it's
Right.
like I just want to like stop living. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
it gets
yeah.
to like that point, I think
feel
that's probably something I'd ask. But
Right.
yeah,
I feel that. No, I think it's definitely a valid question. Honestly, like, I never really shared this with. I've shared this probably with like one person, but I've also like thought about like why am I living, or like what's my purpose here, or like
yeah,
should I even keep living and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Or you know what?
But-
That's a good question too. Like, what is my purpose here?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is my purpose here? Am I actually working towards my purpose? Like, how do you see me? Are you proud of me and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff?
Or you know what? I'd probably ask that actually. Like,
What?
what is my purpose here?
What is your
Yeah,
purpose
because
here?
I think about that all the time. Yeah, especially like, yeah, just in general. Like like we're kind of young, I guess. I mean, we're 20, right?
Yeah,
We're both 20,
yeah.
which is crazy. We're like young status, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like at this point in my life, I'm just like, a lot of the time, I'm just wondering like, what am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Because I feel like anything can change at
Right.
any second, or like what I want to do can change at any second as well.
Right.
So, yeah, I definitely ask like, what is my purpose in life?
What's yours? Yeah, that's a good question. I think, I'm not gonna I don't have any real answers for you, unfortunately.
Right.
But I think like something that I realized, number one, your question about like why do bad things happen to good people or something like that. Like, I think that's like very valid, and I can touch upon that later.
Yeah.
But I think just your whole question about like what is my purpose in life and all that kind of stuff. Like, for me, I again, I have no answers for you, but just speaking from my own experience. Like, growing up, I like loved soccer, and it was like everything to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to play in the World Cup. I wanted to bring a World Cup to Tibet and all that kind of stuff. And I was very ambitious, and I aspired to do a lot of things through soccer. And I thought that was my purpose. I thought that was something I was doing, and that's part of the time where I was like getting to know who Christ was. But things changed. Where like, I started playing basketball more, and I was like, I started playing basketball, but I was like completely like garbage at it. Like all my friends like were so much better than me, and I was scared to like even like, like when someone's guarding you and like you put the ball on the floor. Like I was
Yeah.
scared to even do that because I was like, man,
You wanted to pass it away.
yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
pass away because I had no faith whatsoever in my own handles and stuff like that. Like I
Yeah.
was so garbage, and I just felt like I ended up actually like running back to soccer because I was like, man, no, I can't do this, and like I feel like I'm throwing my life away. And a lot of people would tell me like I was throwing my life away as well, like when it comes to soccer. And I guess like what I learned from playing soccer and that whole thing of like, I guess finding your purpose in life is like, um, a lot of things I learned through soccer, like translated well into like me playing basketball. Like I guess you can go from the technical side of it was like the footwork of being a keeper and like your defensive slides in basketball,
Yeah.
but also just like the mental aspect and the discipline.
Right.
Like it translates like so well into like how I went about like how I go about playing basketball, and like even like the school side of it and all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like whatever you put your mind to, like especially you with like content creation and just like what you do, and like I know we talked about like different ways that you can like grow your brand and your own personal brand, and like letting people know who you are, and you're doing your whole Project 50 stuff and all that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I think all those kind of things. I don't know if it's like I'm not one to say that it's ever gonna work out or if it's not gonna work out.
Right.
But I do definitely know that if you're like persistently pursuing it, I think he won't waste it.
Yeah.
If you indulge me for a bit, I
No,
think
for sure.
in Romans 8:28 it mentions how God works together. God works everything for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. So He works everything together. So whatever it be, like the good and the bad, the things like the trials and hardships that go on in your life,
Mm.
and just like the things that you're working towards, I feel like He uses. I don't feel, but I know that He works, like He uses all of that to get to His greater purpose. And like, Jeremiah 29 verse 11, right?
If you say the verse, I probably know it.
Like, for I know the plans I have for you,
Yeah,
declares the
yeah,
Lord,
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I think what people don't understand there is like they try to assume like, oh, like they get this warm tingly feeling about like, oh, like I feel like I should be doing this with my life and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like one thing they miss about that verse is like God speaking through Jeremiah in that verse. And it's not like Jeremiah is saying, "Oh, for I know the plans I have for myself," but it's like, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord. We don't know the plans that He has for us, but He does. And it's like we're trying to force ourselves to like be a certain way. Like I'm trying to force myself into being like a basketball player.
Yeah.
And my purpose is playing basketball. My purpose is doing a podcast and all that kind of stuff. Or your purpose is content creation or building up your own personal brand or like being a student and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like for me, like the true purpose of my life is to be a devoted follower of Christ, and like I guess proclaim His kingdom and grow His kingdom in some way, and just like finding out like different ways to do that. I feel like what you're doing right now is producing lasting fruit on people. Like you post on your story how like people respond to you and like saying like you really inspire me and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, that's really cool, by the way.
Appreciate it, bro.
That's really dope.
I
But also
appreciate
just like things like that is like I don't think like for me I don't see my purpose as like a podcaster or playing basketball.
Right.
It's like I feel like I'm trying to use these different passions of mine to further grow my to further grow my platform, but also to like
to inspire other people.
And like bring about His kingdom. It's not something about like it's not anything of like me trying to like gain like anything from it, but like just I guess bringing about His kingdom, letting His Spirit flow through me, and like really like sharing the love of Christ with other people. And it's not like I'm trying to come off as like a righteous person here or anything, but it's just something that like I feel like I'm using my passions to really proclaim His kingdom, and it's just like, man, it's just something that's like really life-giving. And I feel like you're getting to know like a taste of it, or you're getting to know like the full course meal of it. I don't know, but like
I am.
I think so. You are like when you see like when you get like responses like that from your stories, or like just like your own content creation. Like first of all, His content creation is amazing, guys. You should really check it out. Like I'm gonna definitely leave a link to it.
Yeah.
But just like seeing what they say about you, or like what they're saying about like how you're taking chances and how you're inspiring them and like all these different kind of things, like especially like knowing like the things that you've gone through in your own life,
Right.
like it's so dope to see like where you were a couple years ago and where you are right now, and just like going like growing your own brand and stuff like that. And like we
Yeah.
talked about, like you inspired, like you pushed me towards like doing my own podcast,
For sure.
and we talked about like you trying to like like going back and forth and brainstorming like how to grow your own personal brand.
Yeah.
And like seeing like how your own Project 50 is going on and all that kind of stuff is like, man, like I feel like you're just getting to know like I feel like you're just getting started.
Yeah.
And, like, and it's like, man, like when you receive something like that, it's like, man, like I feel like I'm getting there and all that kind of stuff. Like I feel so satisfied and stuff like that.
Right.
But I feel like when those things are happening, is like that's when God's like starting with you.
For sure.
So I feel like when He's starting with you, like you have no idea what He like actually truly has for you.
Yeah.
Because we could pray about like all the things in the world. Like I could pray to like be in the NBA or make a bunch of money and all that kind of stuff. But like there's some things that He has so much better for us. Like I feel like a lot of people like would want to pray to be like one of the best content filmers or one of the best basketball players or soccer players or athletes or students or whatnot. But like that's just our like human minds thinking of it. And so I just feel like He has so much for you, and then, like
I appreciate it. I think, yeah, I mean, definitely, he definitely has plans for everyone, like you said, and that's like one of the things I truly believe. Hope the audio's okay, but
It's okay.
yeah, like how Two Top said, like with the whole like having, I guess, like the vehicles to expand your not brand, but like expand your reach to other people.
Right.
Like I kept telling this guy, like, yo, you're like one of the most, what's the best word to put it? Like, I guess thoughtful guys. Like this guy can speak so well about like Christ, and you know, like just I don't know how do you like just he just helped me out so much with giving me advice, and I could just like it would just be so sick if he was able to do that to other people. Basically, is what I always thought, or what I still think, right? So that's why I really wanted to try this podcast thing, because like I mean he told me the idea first, and now I was like, that sounds so sick, like you have to do it, like there's no way you don't do it, because there definitely is going to be people that like watch this kind of stuff, and listen to your words, like listen to what he just said, and like resonate with you, not only resonate with you but like take it to heart and like take it as advice, but yeah, but I kind of lost my thought.
No, it's okay.
What was the question you asked? Like,
no, we were just answering like some of the questions that you had.
Yeah.
You were asked first.
oh yeah. But yeah, kind of going back on like what Two Top said. I guess with the whole content thing, like I truly think like everyone has kind of like everyone's like special, right? Everyone's unique in their own way, and I truly think like anyone can do content, bro. And it's crazy how you mentioned like with the whole like inspiring others thing, because I was just thinking that today. I mean, yeah, like I kind of just started with like this whole personal account thing. Before doing these kind of posts, I was more of or I still am, like more of behind the camera kind of guy, like taking pictures of people, basketball players, athletes and stuff. What's up? Weddings too sometimes. And yeah, it's crazy because honestly, at first, and really even still now, my main goal was just to, and it's something I have conflictions with myself, but like my main goal is just to like really get money, honestly. But like within good reason though.
Yeah.
Like being able to take care of my family and support them is definitely one of my goals. But it definitely does make me feel kind of weird sometimes, because like on one end I'm chasing money, I guess, and how to make more money, how to be more successful business wise, how to like book more shoots, you know what I mean? But then the other end, which like I just got introduced to now, is like, oh, I'm actually inspiring other people. You know, I'm getting messages like, yo, like I love your work, it's inspiring me to start creating content. And eventually I want to do more like Catholic/Christian type content for sure. But yeah, just seeing that and seeing how, I guess, kind of like, oh wow, it actually affected someone's life, which I never really felt beforehand, like just doing my whole photography thing,
Right.
because these are like random people. Like these are people that, and not even a lot. I only got like a few messages, but honestly, even just one is like, wow, like that's crazy
Yeah.
to think about. And it's like someone that doesn't even live in Canada, you
That's
know.
so sick.
Yeah, but yeah, just the another thing I like kind of debate myself is like that money versus like, I guess like inspiration, inspiring others kind of conflict. But yeah, that's something I pray about a lot, because it does really make you feel like there's a different kind of worth, or not worth, there's a different kind of value
Right.
when it's like when you're inspiring someone else, or when you're like affecting someone's life.
It's more weight on your shoulders.
Exactly, yeah, more weight on your shoulders, and it just weighs a lot more, like
Right.
the effect it has on you. I feel like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, that's so valid. I think like,
dude, it's so cold. Sorry.
no, it's okay.
At least-
We can wrap it up.
No, I don't want to wrap it up.
No,
I'm saying you're good.
I'm good.
I'm
straight.
chilling. I'm just saying for like, I guess if they see this, like if I feel like I feel like I'm talking kind of weird, but just because I'm cold. That's
Yeah,
why.
we talk the way we want to talk.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
okay. It's unapologetically me. We're not sorry about it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Unapologetically me.
Yeah.
That's true.
But hopefully the audio is good. But
I think so. I think we'll be okay.
We'll be okay?
The one thing is just the wind maybe earlier. Like now it's decent, but like it was kind of bad. But we make it work.
we'll make it work.
Yeah.
It's okay. If anything, we'll like do this again.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think the whole thing with when you're like wrestling with like money, and you said I guess like having more weight on your shoulders with like people like reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah, I think and you said it's definitely something you're praying about. I feel like when you pray about those kind of stuff, I think in James 5 verse 15 it says the earnest prayer of a righteous person is powerful and produces great results. I feel like when number one, I think you're like a really cool dude.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you're a great
You're
guy.
a cool dude. You're a cool dude.
And like I know that when you're praying about something, like you're sincere about it, and like I like just from like the conversations we had, and just like how you talk to me, like how you convey like how you're feeling, and especially like when I bring up Christ with you, it's just like it's very authentic and it's very real.
Yeah.
And I just like I know that when you're I know for sure like 100% in my head, like 100% without no doubt, when you're praying about it, you're not praying out of with no selfish motives or anything like that. And I think like there's definitely reasons why you have the passion that you have for content creation or content creating.
Yeah.
And just like, and I can see why like some people are inspired by you, and like the whole thing with you, like I guess wrestling with money and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I think is valid, but I also think that God doesn't see that as something that, like for me right now, I don't feel like God sees it as like you being selfish or anything of that nature.
Yeah.
And I think man, I forgot that verse. I just had that verse in my head.
You're good.
But
Can I just turn up the brightness real quick?
yeah, you
I
can
got it.
Adjust it real quick. It's dark. Yeah, it's totally fine. Awesome. Okay. Alright, good. Sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, basically what I was trying to say is he wouldn't give you like enough money or like too much money where you like will lose your head over it, but he also like wouldn't give you not enough money to like keep doing what you're doing. And I feel like once like as we continue to put our faith in Christ, as you have done,
Yeah.
like you'll continue to grow more and more and understand. And I'm not like perfect understanding all this kind of stuff. Like I'm still growing and more in this kind of stuff. But like as we continue to put our faith in Christ, we'll continue to understand more and more that like Christ is our provider. And I just like I think I see that in you, and like how like like you're wrestling with like, well, I need money to keep doing this kind of stuff, and like there's a lot of people like are like relying on me and all that kind of stuff. And like you kind of like can put like some pressure on yourself where like it can like be tough with school and like how to balance school life and like family and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you kind of lose yourself over that. Like I know I lost myself over that a bunch of times with basketball and like
Right. In school and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in school and everything.
Family.
Family for sure. And so like I can see I can see your standpoint on that, but I just definitely think that he wouldn't give you anything to
You wouldn't be able to handle.
yeah. I don't know how much I agree with that statement, but like I guess we could say I guess we could say for now.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there's reasons why you have the passions that you do, and
Yeah.
whether or not like it ends up like going out the way you want it to work out, or whether or not like people ever like send you another text message, I feel like just the fact that like you did do it, that you did take a step of faith, and you're going after what you want to do.
Exactly.
There's a story of, I think in Luke 18, there's a story about the persistent widow. I don't know if you
I don't
remember.
know.
It's basically like you know what a widow is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It's basically this widow who like was done wrong by a judge, and the judge was just like so unjust and all that kind of stuff, and she keeps going keeps going back in court time after time after time at like demanding for justice. And Jesus is kind of using that parable as an illustration to describe how if you're persistent with like what you're asking for, he will ultimately like give you that and then some, because the judge ended up giving that widow like more than what she asked for, because he didn't want that widow to come back and keep annoying her and keep annoying him.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'm trying to say here is, if you continue praying for whatever it is that like you're praying for, whether it be content creation, whether it be the safety of your family, whether it
Right.
be the finances, like your own personal financing and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
the own like your own personal desires and all that kind of stuff, that'll come to be, and he's gonna provide everything for you. I feel like in my life, like I've seen a bunch of times where I had like no idea how I could actually I guess chase after things that I wanted to chase after, especially with like podcasting as well. Like you know how much I wrestled with that.
Yeah.
And just yeah. And like I didn't know how to like use a camera, like buy a mic and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. But I think there's a time as time went on, and like you like chase like for me, like as I chased after it, it became more and more clear. And it wasn't like anything that I did myself, but like things that he guided me to, like he guided me with.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, it's just like I feel like if you keep chasing after the things that you want to chase after, again, I don't know if it's ever gonna work out for you, but I know that
Yeah.
this is the verse I wanted to share with you. It's Ephesians 3 verse 20. And it talks about like how great the Lord is, and how he'll do exceedingly abundantly more than you could ever possibly ask for. And I think like what you're praying for, bro, like he's gonna do so much more than that. It's like again,
Yeah.
like what I'm saying, like what I said earlier, is like you're like just getting like a sliver of like what he
he
like
could
truly has.
possibly do.
Yeah, what he could possibly have for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's like one person right now, bro. It might be like a damn near like 100 or 1,000 people one day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, I think for me, like right now, I'm just like so excited for you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just so dope to think about it,
For sure.
and it's also so dope to just like I'm just so blessed to be able to share that with you, whether or not you already know it or not. Just being able to like say that to you, knowing that like, hey, one day like you're gonna either get this or you're gonna get something even greater.
Yeah.
I think it brings me like a level of comfort, because like you're my you're a good friend of mine, and just like you're my brother. I consider you one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And so seeing you, knowing that you're gonna succeed the way you are, it's just something beautiful. And I just like, man, just don't forget me when you get up there.
Yo, I appreciate I'm not getting up to that level, but yo, honestly, same. Like just seeing you do this podcasting thing now, and opening that new Instagram account, and just seeing you try something new. Like same for me. Like it makes me so excited.
Yeah.
Like Tusop and I have talked a lot of about what we want to do after school. I guess, or just in the future, and yeah, I felt like I said earlier, just his ability to inspire others and help out others was just I felt like he would really succeed with that. And it just makes me I think I told this maybe to you, but it just makes me really proud, and also like you said, excited to see what you could potentially do in the future, or what you already have done, right? And what God is gonna hopefully provide to you and to you and I. But
Thank you.
yeah, that was a W. Yeah, that was not yeah, but that was a W talking sesh. But I think with that too, your point about when we pray for something, and that if you keep praying for it, eventually God's gonna give it. I think it definitely isn't always in the way you expect it though.
For sure, yeah.
For sure, yeah. Like obviously, like I would love to be a lot more successful with content creation or whatnot. And I guess you could say the same with podcasting
Sure.
and yeah, and doing that. But yeah, I'm also just like I'm not like even though I pray for it and pray for guidance, I'm not expecting it to be, to just fall in my lap or to
Yeah.
fall in my lap in that way that I think it will be. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
yeah, like what we pray for isn't gonna be almost exactly what we get.
For sure.
And there's been so many times in my life where I've noticed that and I've learned about that. And yeah, like I don't know, like it's not a bad thing.
No,
It's not a bad thing.
Not.
If anything, I guess it's a good thing because I do believe I do agree with you that like if you do keep praying on something and if you are persistent in chasing something, that like and chasing something good, of course, but by doing that and putting all your work into it and actually trying, like something good will come out of that.
Right.
Like regardless of like even if it didn't go exactly as you planned, like something good will come out of that though, which
Right, for
I
sure.
definitely do believe for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that you say that because you didn't directly said it, but like that's exactly the kind of approach that Jesus had when he was praying when he was praying to God up in heaven when he was about to be crucified. He was like
Yeah.
he was praying that like, oh please Lord, like
Yeah,
please
yeah.
God my Father, like take this cup away from me. I don't want to die on this cross. But nevertheless, not my will but your will be done. And it's not something that you directly said, but it's kind of the approach that you're taking when it comes to prayer. It's like I'm not really. You said that I'm not really, I guess, not expecting it, which I hope you do expect a good thing to
Yeah.
happen towards you because you truly do deserve it.
Right.
But like, it's not like you're it's not like you're praying towards God to be like it's either this or nothing. It's like you have like a certain expectancy where like Lord, this is like what I'm asking for. This is what I want, but I also want like more so what I do want is your will to be done in my life. Is for your will to be done through whatever I'm praying for.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, for me, that's kind of the approach that I come with prayer. It's like, I can pray for a bunch of different stuff in my life,
Right.
and I can be really honest with God about it.
Yeah.
But I also know that like, okay, I want God's will to be done with all of this kind of stuff because there's only so much that I can understand and so much that I can
Exactly.
see.
Yeah.
And I feel, obviously, we know that God sees everything. He sees the past, future, and present right now, and so I think just like acknowledging that fact, we're like, okay, we want this. We're praying for this thing to happen to us, but we also understand that hey, like, I want my Father's will to be done here. I want your will to be done here because I know that you know way more than I could possibly imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And so, yeah, man, I just like,
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same. Like every time I end a prayer, like you said, even though there's certain things I want or hopefully expect, it's like at the end I'm just like I just pray that you guide me in whatever way is your will.
yeah,
Right, and that's like the biggest thing is just leaving it in God's hands. Because I truly do think as well, like everything happens for a reason, and God has a reason for everything.
Right.
Even if I like it or not, or even if you like it or not,
Mhm.
like there's just certain things that I guess happen or has to happen
Right.
for you to grow as a person and like to follow his path. But yeah, I definitely see the like I definitely think the same for sure.
And I guess I'll just like leave. I'll say one last thing to you, and then like I'm gonna ask you to say something else to the people.
Yeah.
But I think something I wanted to share with you is Psalm 23, and maybe you can like read it later on.
Mhm.
But it mentions how like God is the good shepherd, or God is our good shepherd, and just like resting in His presence and like living in the house of the Lord forever. And that's something I just want you to like, I guess, know that like He protects you. Like even though you walk through the darkest valley, like He's with you. Like His rod and staff protects you.
Yeah.
And all those kind of things, and just like it mentions in Psalm 23, it just mentions how like he leads you down peaceful rivers and lets you rest in green meadows. I don't really know what the green meadows is, but I just know like he's with you and all that, and he calls you to rest. He calls you to feast in the presence of your enemies. And I know that there's a lot of things that has happened in your life where like this has been like really like I wouldn't say horrifying, but it's just been like really troubling, you know?
Yeah,
It's been really
yeah.
difficult, and like I feel like in Psalm 23 it mentions how like he invites you to like feast in his presence, in spite of like all the enemies, all the things that are going on in your life. He calls you
Right.
the feast on his goodness, and he just like wants you to be with him. And I just feel like, I guess what I wanted to say is like just don't give up on it.
For sure.
Just keep going, because like,
Yeah.
man, what he has for you is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's not like something I'm just saying for camera. I'll say that. I'll say that
Yeah,
to
you
you.
say that
I'll
outside.
I'll say that outside too, bro. Like he's like, there's so much good things that like he has in store for you, and man, like I can't wait to see like what happens,
Mm.
and I just want to like, yeah, I guess kind of encourage you that way, because
Sure.
like you're one good guy, and you're just like someone who does
Bro,
like,
we're good guys.
yeah,
We're-
we're a good guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's by far one of the, man, like I cannot talk to any other friend or even like anyone else like the way I talk to Two Top. Like this guy is just so, bro, I don't know. I guess thoughtful. Dude, I don't think thoughtful is the right word, but like,
It's okay.
yeah, it's just if you need to talk to someone, guys, talk to Two Top, bro. You know, he can spit, man.
Or Jacob.
Or I guess me.
Jacob Ismail. But yeah. So there's one last segment that I added to this podcast. It's basically Momo wisdom, and so like since you're my since you're my guest this week,
Yeah.
this time, I want you to like, if you want to,
Yeah.
like share some words of wisdom, or share some like advice that you would give to other people.
Share some advice. Like anything?
Anything
Anything?
really. Just like look into the camera and just see what you feel.
Cool. Okay.
It's kind of like your Project 50 days.
Kind of like the Project 50.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why I was so nervous the other day. But, any message? Honestly, I think the biggest thing for me is that, man, what do I say? I have so many things I could say, but okay, I guess like don't be like me. Like don't overthink things. I think like if you wanna try something, just try it. Like it's not the end of the world. I have like good content. I feel like everyone can do content. So I could say one thing. Just what do I say? What do I say,
It's
bro?
okay.
Only
Take
one
your time.
thing.
Or a bunch of other things.
Or a bunch of other things. Okay, I'll start with just trust God. Trust God's plan. There are so many times in my life where, or even now, like I'm like doubting everything and just doubting like what's gonna happen, you know, anxious about everything. But
Right.
ultimately, you just have to look back on your life and see the moments where you like got past a certain thing, and look back on where like God helped you, and where He was able to give you strength, and realize that like, oh, like I was able to get past so and so back then. You know, like you have to. It's really easy to just like victimize yourself
Right.
and just kind of give up, right? Like you said, but yeah, I think just looking back on your previous wins too is something people forget sometimes. Especially not only like your personal wins, but just like those times where you weren't able to do it yourself, but you relied on God to get you past those things. And like also like I'm not the most like religious person. Like I'm not perfect at all. I'm not saying that at all when we talk about God or Christ or anything. But yeah, definitely just look back on, you know, your personal wins and your wins with God for sure. Another thing too is like, I think if you have a passion, if you have something you genuinely want to try, like just do it for sure. Like I have so many, like for example, I mean we talked about it already, but I just saw like, man, I just feel like everyone has something to say. Like everyone has something unique to share, and a lot of times people are like, yo, my life's so boring.
Right.
Like what do I even do? What do I even show people? What do I even film? What do I even share to people? But I truly think like everyone in this world has something to say and like a purpose, right?
Yeah.
And I think with content, like you just like there's so many levels to it and so many different things you can do that like there's literally no excuse to not try. At least try. Like, you don't have to be successful in it at all, but definitely just try because you never know where it can take you. And yeah, that's honestly like, I guess that's like the biggest lesson for me that I've took upon my life is just to like try things. I'm still learning how to apply it for sure, but my whole, I mean, I'm not successful, but so far like my success so far with content, with photography, with videos and stuff has just been due to trying, and not being afraid to like speak up to someone or to ask for something, and yeah, just try. So yeah, if you have something you want to do, if you have a passion, just at least try it and then go from there.
This guy literally is a persistent widow right there.
Yeah.
This guy
I guess
literally
so,
is
yeah. Try and be a persistent widow.
Yeah, try to be a persistent widow.
Okay.
All right, last question is, what do you think about the Raptors so far?
Okay. I told Tutab this before, but I do not watch the NBA anymore. I have not been caught up at all. I guess since the Raptors won, dude. So like 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So I do think I do like the team. I do like how it's going though. I do
Mhm.
like the young core we got.
Mhm.
I kind of wish Boucher stayed, but yeah, I really like Scotty. I like Ingram's been pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing great.
This guy's smart. I think they're doing pretty good now.
Yeah, they're
This
like
season?
11-5. They're second in the East right now.
Yeah. Oh, they're second?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Raptors though, for sure. Definitely my most favorite sports team. Because I do not watch hockey or baseball.
And we're in a sports media program.
Yeah, we're in a sports media
They talk
program.
about it all the time. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's a whole different other
It's a whole
topic.
nother topic. A whole nother topic.
But I think my camera's about to die soon.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you want to end it off real
Yeah.
quick?
All right, guys. This is Jacob. I'm Truthop. Obviously, at the start it was sunny, but now it's getting dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been unapologetically me. This is episode 6. We'll see you guys next time. But yeah, love, peace, bye.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.